Time as constraint, how the construct became a cage. Now that we've unpacked how the systems of time were invented, calendars for religious rule, clocks for industrial labor, time zones for global trade, it's time to look at the personal cost. Because while timekeeping began as a tool for organizing society, it has become something far more oppressive, a constraint on consciousness. Today, time is not just something you check. It's something you obey, something you fear, something you serve. You don't use time, you're used by it. This is the next layer of the lie, the belief that living on a schedule is the same as living with purpose. Let's deconstruct how this happened and what it's doing to your body, mind, and creative potential. What is a time constraint? A time constraint is the sensation that there's not enough time to do what you need or want to do. It's the psychological compression of possibilities, the feeling of being herded by the clock, chased by the next deadline, or shamed for slowing down. Time constraints can be internal, self-imposed standards, perfectionism, high expectations, or external, deadlines, alarms, meeting times, job schedules, school bells, tax days, closing hours. The key point is this: the constraint doesn't come from the task, it comes from the time box around it. If you had infinite time to paint, write, explore, think, or rest, most tasks would feel neutral or even enjoyable. But under the clock, even simple tasks can feel heavy, urgent, or impossible. How time pressure destroys creativity. Creative energy requires space, not just space in your calendar, but space in your nervous system. When the body and mind are under time pressure, two things happen neurologically. The prefrontal cortex, which governs innovation, emotional regulation, and long-range planning, starts to lose efficiency. The amygdala, your fear and stress response center, starts to dominate. This shifts your entire mode of consciousness from exploration to survival. You stop thinking creatively and start thinking reactively. Time pressure triggers decision fatigue, perfectionism, and over-editing, creative block, burnout, and shame cycles. In other words, when you're trapped in a mental state of not enough time, your brain literally can't enter its most powerful state of flow. There's no bandwidth. There's only triage. This is why some of your best ideas come in the shower, on a walk, or just before bed, because those are the only times your mind isn't shackled to artificial time structures. Time pressure as energetic drain. Let's go deeper. The psychological impact of time pressure is mirrored by its energetic impact. According to ancient sciences and metaphysical traditions, the human body has dominant channels of energy flow. And one of the simplest but most overlooked ideas is this: the right hand gives, the left hand receives. Now think about modern life. What hand do most people use to scroll, click, type, and navigate technology? The right hand. You give information, attention, energy through the hand that was meant for outward movement. But in doing so, you also leak creative energy through unconscious overuse. Now combine this with the constant checking of time. Watches, phones, screens, digital clocks everywhere you look. Your brain is constantly asking, how much longer, how much left? This vigilance, paired with right-hand overactivation, causes a slow drain of your life force. The result? You don't just feel busy. You feel depleted. You feel like there's never enough time and never enough you. The corporate harvesting of time energy. Let's not sugarcoat this. Time constraints didn't evolve by accident. They serve institutions that profit from your constant urgency. Corporations are not alive. They are legal fictions, entities with rights, structures, and needs, but no bodies, no hearts, and no boundaries. Their only goal is to extract maximum productivity from human attention, labor, and emotion. The time system helps them do that. You clock in and out by the hour. Your performance is measured in deadlines and quotas. Your day is segmented into sprints, meetings, breaks, and commutes. You are encouraged to fill every moment with optimization, hustle, or screen time. Even your off time is structured. Weekends, holidays, PTO. You don't rest when your body needs it. You rest when the calendar allows it. And even then, you're likely still checking your phone, watching the clock, or feeling guilty for not getting things done. This is the great irony of modern time. You are constantly doing more and experiencing less. Idioms that reveal the truth language always betrays the system. Look at the expressions we use. Against the clock. Time is of the essence. Running out of time. Burning the candle at both ends. Down to the wire. Crunch time. Beat the clock. Borrowed time. The clock is ticking. In the nick of time. Each of these phrases treats time as a predator, a currency, or a battle. None of them speak to time as a rhythm, a resource, or a gift. Your entire culture speaks of time as pressure, as a burden, as something you are constantly running from or toward. And that pressure becomes the default mental state for most adults. Time anxiety and the tap of the clock. This brings us to one of the most widespread and least acknowledged afflictions in modern life. Time anxiety. This is not just stress about being late. It's a chronic background belief that you're behind in life, that you're running out of time to be successful, to meet someone, to build something, to matter. This anxiety is worsened by social media comparison timelines. I should be further along by now. Productivity culture. Every minute must be optimized. Childhood conditioning. Don't waste time. Time is money. Unresolved trauma. I lost years to that situation. I can't lose anymore. Tapping the clock is a phrase that captures this feeling perfectly. You feel the tick in the back of your mind all day. You're not even looking at a clock, but the awareness of time passing is always there, subtly increasing your heart rate, tightening your chest, shortening your breath. It doesn't just control your schedule, it controls your nervous system. Time is a cage, and the key. Let's be blunt. You were born into a grid of time that was designed to organize labor and obedience. And unless you actively deconstruct it, you will live your entire life believing that your value is measured in minutes, and your worth is determined by how efficiently you perform. But the key is this: time is not real in the way you've been taught, and constraint is not the same as order. True freedom is not a lack of structure, but a return to natural rhythm, a personal internal relationship to flow, to attention, to rest, to peak states, to cycles. Your body already knows this. Your spirit remembers it, and your mind is capable of learning it again. But first, you must recognize that the cage exists, and that it is built from hours, deadlines, and false urgency. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Manifestation series, where we don't just talk about manifesting, we master it. Because let's be honest, manifestation has been watered down, reduced to vague quotes, mood boards, and empty promises. But you didn't come here to wish. You came here to build a reality that hits different. A reality that responds to your frequency, your language, your alignment, and your decision to stop playing small. This series is not fluff. It's physics, frequency, and fierce creative power. Inside the Manifestation series, you're going to learn how to collapse timelines, shift identities, and speak worlds into existence, just like the greatest minds in history. This isn't just about being positive. This is about being powerful. Here's what you unlock inside. Vision to Reality, the Vision Board course. You've heard about vision boards, but you've never done them like this. This is a full energetic ritual, a precision-coded map for your subconscious, designed to bridge image, frequency, and strategy. It's not arts and crafts. It's blueprinting your future in visual form and turning it into matter. Time, quantum timelines, and why time isn't real. Manifestation doesn't take time. It takes alignment. In this module, I'll show you how time is just a mirror of energy and how to collapse timelines using choice, clarity, and vibration. Past, present, future, they're happening now. And when you know how to navigate time quantum style, you stop waiting and start receiving. Quantum jumping, instantly up level. Your next level life isn't years away. It's one decision away. In this training, you'll learn how to quantum jump, how to shift into a version of you that already has what you desire. This isn't fantasy. It's how high-performance creators, athletes, and spiritual masters leap beyond limits. Jump now. Land in power. Every word. The power of affirmations and spoken language. Words build worlds. In this course, I show you how to use affirmations like spell work, not just repeating empty mantras, but speaking with vibration, intention, and spiritual force. If you've ever felt like affirmations don't work, this will change everything. You'll learn to command your field, not just request from it. The greats, learning from the most exceptional minds in history. We're not the first to master this. In this legendary module, we decode the techniques, habits, and quantum genius of the world's most powerful manifestors, from ancient sages to modern icons. You'll learn how to think like the greats, move like the greats, and manifest like the greats. This isn't another feel-good series. This is a spiritual weapon, disguised as a manifestation course. It's made for leaders, cycle breakers, visionaries, and soul builders. You don't need another wish list. You need a system that teaches you how to bend reality. This is that system. So if you're ready to stop playing with potential and start creating results, welcome to your next level. The Manifestation series is open now. You know what to do. Let's build what they said was impossible and make it inevitable.